right, everybody, welcome. So we are back. That sounds pretty bright. It's in the shade here. So we are back in town. Just got here probably, I don't know, maybe 30-45 minutes ago. Gonna run out to the farm, and today really I'm actually pretty excited today. I want to go out there and I want to see what that switchgrass and my giant miscanthus looks like. Really, all I can tell at this point, looking at the trail cams, it's really hard to tell because it's obviously it's not really close up. And what, like 5 or 6 out of the 8 trail cams that I have, the batteries are dead. So the ones that I actually need to see what it's looking like are dead. So this will really be the first time I have a chance to get up and look at it. From what I can see, it looks like at a minimum, at least the switchgrass is coming up. But really interested, really excited to see what the miscanthus is doing. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything together here. So yeah, gonna run out there, take a look at that. Gonna walk the plots too. I know all that cereal rye and my oats they've all seeded out. Come to seed. I know it's all dead, but I'm gonna walk it. I know you've probably by now you've seen the video. There's spotted a fawn with one of the does, so I know fawning is definitely going on. Looked like another one of the does was still super pregnant, but I'm gonna walk the plots just to see if anything is either bedded in there or the does left any of the fawns in there. Don't think I should have any issues with turkey nests. It's June 12th, so I want to say the turkeys have nested, have laid, and they should be out and about by now, I want to say. But either way, I'm gonna walk the plot just to make sure everything is good. And the plan is tomorrow morning I'll get out early while it's still relatively cool. And actually, it's not bad now. It's midday. It's probably mid 80s. But I'll get out tomorrow and get my seed down, get everything planted, and then I don't have a crimper, and I'm still trying not to use very much chemical. I want to see what kind of progress I can get with that. And I'm not the sandy soil. I'm not disking or tilling anything. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna mow. So I'm gonna get my seed, get everything planted, and then I'll use my it's the same brush to get the old stuff down, for the old screen down, to get the switchgrass and stuff planted. So I'm gonna go over it, mow it down with this, see how it does, and then come back through. And I've got some more soil amendment stuff. I've got the liquid compost, some liquid humic acid, and I have the microgenics, the micros that I want to get in there also, because I think those are probably still pretty low. So kind of a busy schedule. Only going to be here for a couple days. A lot to do, but I'm thinking by now I should be seeing some progress over there with the screen coming up. And and Chris also yesterday, Chris from Old South Forestry Mulching came through and knocked down the area that I want to start getting together for my one of the bedding areas. So that got added to the list. He called me and said I had a day free, an open day, so he came through yesterday and did that for me. So I'm gonna take a look at that and figure out, just kind of think of how I want to plan for it and get some. I've got some RC Chippewa switchgrass I'm going to put down in there, see if I can get it going, and a couple other things that I want to get down in there. So busy, that's the itinerary, busy schedule, busy plan. We'll see how it all shakes out, but right now I'm going to get in the Ranger and head over and show you guys what this screen is looking like. Really excited to see what this is doing, because it looks like it's coming up pretty good. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you in a few. All right, everybody, this is gonna be the spring/summer. Spring is already passed. We're into June, so I guess technically summer update. This is plot number 2. This is where the majority was oats, and not quite sure how to feel right now. So it looks like, you know, a lot of the switchgrass that I put down, hold on, I have to clean this dusty lens because I can't, the screen, I can't see anything. Okay, looks like, you know, a pretty good amount of the switchgrass that I put down is coming up, but herein lies the problem. Excuse me. So I put down switchgrass, of course, you know, I put down the giant miscanthus. I also put down Indian grass, big blue stem, a lot of the native bunch grasses. So I look down here and I don't know how much of this is Indian grass. I don't know how much of this is big blue stem, little blue stem. I mean, I have a decent idea of what switchgrass looks like. But after that, I'm pretty much at a loss. The other thing is I do have somewhat of a, well, it is a weed problem. It's kind of an other problem too. So I've got stuff like this popping up, and it's, I think this is where, these are like offshoots off of roots, I think, or something like that. I'm not even sure, but I know when it came through and got mulched, stuff like that started to pop up, and it's in the plot. Of course, it grows very slow to not at all in the fall, but now spring, summer, I mean, it has kind of exploded. Stuff like this, off of stumps that were mulched down. So some of my giant miscanthus is coming up. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of hit and miss with it. So here's one, you know, it's decent. It's probably 24 inches tall. Past the weeds, past the junk. Here's another one. Again, maybe 2 or 3 feet. This one is decent. It's you know, that's probably 3 feet, 3.5 feet maybe. There's another one. So it's the giant miscanthus is coming up. This I had never seen until today, and I'm assuming somebody's going to tell me this is foxtail because it looks like a foxtail. I don't know, but it's brown. It looks like it's dying. So whatever it is, it's seeded out and looks like it's going to be spreading more headache for me. More miscanthus. This one's actually pretty decent. Not too bad. Miscanthus in there, switch. So yeah, so here's a kind of a view of the plot from this end, and I say I don't quite know how to feel because I see a lot of brown, and I hate brown in a fruit plot. But again, that's the oats and the rye that has kind of gone through its life cycle and done its thing. So we'll see how it does. The plan is to come in here tomorrow, and from the looks of just kind of how this soil is and how some of it is already laid over from the last time I was here with the side-by-side, I'm going to put in sunflower, buckwheat, and I've got some Milo, some WGF sorghum that I'm going to put in. And I will probably seed pretty heavy because I can already tell there's not going to be excellent seed to soil contact. So hopefully I can just make that up with the rate of seeding. So like there's some clover popping through. I think chicory, I see coming through here in some places. So yeah, so I'm going to come through. I'm just going to seed straight into this. What is that? Is that chicory? So I'll seed down into this, and then I'm going to come through with that brush mower and knock everything down. And it goes down. I mean, I can't adjust the height. I think it's standard at like 3.5 inches. So I'm going to get all this down relatively low. After judging how it did when I came through to prep to plant all that, it did pretty good with it. Knocked it down, and kept it relatively even. It wasn't really, didn't really clump it up or have it uneven, heavy in some spots, light in other spots. It just kind of went over it, and almost kind of like a mulching effect. So, yep, plant, mow, then I'll come out, and right on top of that, I'm gonna spray some of the soil amendment stuff that I have, and just hope for some rain. Weather hasn't been too bad, but haven't had any rain in a few days, probably about a week or so. So hopefully after I get that down, it won't be too much longer, because the heat is definitely on. It's heating up, and I'm gonna be able to get some moisture, some water to everything that gets planted. So I'm gonna walk over to the other side. The other thing I hate to see are ferns. I hate seeing ferns anywhere, because ferns thrive in acidic soil. And the way these ferns look, it doesn't look like they're hurting very bad. Looks like they're doing pretty good, which tells me that there's still some soil adjustment that desperately needs to be done. So that's always a part of it, you know, getting some lime down. But here's the other side. So you can see there's some giant miscanthus like right over here. It's coming up. Yeah, so I mean, again, there's switchgrass, Indian grass, big blue stem in here. There might be some little blue stem. Like, there's all kind of native. All right, good morning. I'm gonna try this again. Take 2. So yesterday my phone actually overheated while I was out. It was pretty warm out here. Phone overheated. Couldn't get really any footage of anything after that, and really was mostly just kind of looking around, checking things out yesterday. I'll kind of fill in some of those gaps. But yeah, made it out to the woods. You can still got the Rangers loaded down in the back here. Got quite a bit to do today. I want to obviously get everything planted. I'm just going to plant straight into the oats and the rye that's out there, and then I'll spray it down with my some of the soil amendment stuff that I have, and then I want to work on that bedding area that Chris cleared out for me. Going to get some switchgrass planted in there, just some different forbs and whatnot. See if I can get those to come up for me. It's going to be a long one. I'm trying to get out to it before it gets too hot. Let me switch it around here. Yeah, so I got her. She loaded down and still running like a champ. So got pretty much everything I need. I had in this bag here, I had a bunch of giant miscanthus rhizomes left over, and I am about positive that they are no good. They sprouted in the bags, and the bags are still sealed, and they're actually still a ton of moisture in there. I'm certain they're probably no good, but I've already spent the money, so I'm gonna just drop them in the ground over at the bedding area. Excuse me. And hey, you know, worst case scenario, like I say, pretty sure they're already no good. But flip side of that, best case scenario, if they come up, that'll be good for me. So gonna see how it goes. I just want to go ahead and get out to it, like I say, before it gets too hot. So stick with us. I'll check back in, touch bases with you when we get over to the plot. All right, see ya. All right, just gonna walk you really quick through, since I have to pass it anyway, through the area that just got cleared out this week. So this is what this little clearing is what I would like to get some bedding into. And then, I mean, at this point, obviously it's just, you know, just wide open, but I want to put some, I put some switchgrass in here. I want to get all, you know, I got some big blue stem. I've got a native short grass mix left over, I think. Just a bunch of stuff, some different forb mixes and stuff like that. But just want to get it just grown up in here. And now that it's been cleared and some sunlight can hit the ground, I'm pretty sure that regenerative growth will just kind of on its own, the natural stuff will start popping up too. So want to try to thicken it up in here. And my stand, the tree for my stand is right back here. It's a little bit closer than I might have wanted. And when I first planted out, I didn't realize it was going to be that close. That's the water hole right there. I'll just walk you up here. All right, so I got my water hole here, and then that tree right there is where I plan on hanging a climber stand. I can come in from the back here. So excuse me. Yeah, so if I can get in here, get up in this tree, and then like I say, it's what's that, 15 yards to that water hole. Oh man, bumped something. She hightailed out of here. So yeah, it's about 15 yards to that water hole, and then opens up to the bedding area out here. So get this nice and thick. Those leftover miscanthus, I'll probably just kind of like around the edge here, just to get something nice and tall and wall off between myself where the stand is and what's in here. So work in progress, we shall see. And all right, now seriously, off to the plots, because it's pretty nice out here, but it is going to be another scorcher, and it's humid. That's what makes it so bad, hot and humid. So off to the back, and catch up with you guys in a little while. All right, so back over at plot number 2, and this is what you didn't get to see yesterday. Like I said, the phone overheated, but yeah, so this is plot number 2. You can see there, it looks like chicory and stuff is popping up through this rye and oats that's dead, some radishes. But yeah, so I'm just gonna come through here, plant just straight into this stuff. Then I'm gonna come through, spray everything down with the it's a liquid humic acid, some liquid compost, just some other things. There's some little clovers that are trying to come up. Spray everything, and then I'll have to come back. Couldn't get everything out at the same time, but I'll come back tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, with the mower, and mow everything down on top of it, and then hope and pray and wish for some rain. Like I was saying, there's a bunch of ferns in here, which tells me I still have some work to do as far as the pH, trying to get that pH balanced in here. I know ferns, they like acidic soil, and so if these ferns are out here, that means my soil is probably not what I want it to be, but we'll continue to work on that. And yeah, so that's what it is. I see some of those wildflowers I put out are actually coming up, which is cool. Yeah, So yeah, gonna start getting this planted because the sun is coming out. It's getting warm. Plant this, spray this, move over to the other side, plant, spray, and then I'll start over on the on the bedding side. So hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Gonna go ahead and get to it.